Hi there, this is Dee and I'm your CSI girl. Today I have a very quick and easy craft project for you that was actually inspired by these vintage library cards. You probably remember these, but your kids probably don't have a clue what we use these for. They don't even know what a card catalog is, that we used to have to go search through the card catalog and then of course find our book. I just love these. I love the nostalgic feeling that I get when I look at these from my own childhood. And so maybe it's because it's back to school and it's August, but I was inspired to create little books with these. Now I wanted to create little memory books, kind of like a mini scrapbook or like those smash books if you use those. So the first one I created was actually for my husband. And I thought it'd be a really fun way to write little love notes back and forth to one another. So I just, for the author's names, I put our names because we'll be writing the notes. And of course, here where the column where it says date, this is a really cool place to put those very important dates, like when you got married, when you met, when you got engaged, and of course, as your children are born, put those dates. I think it'd be really cool to do this a year at a time so that you can look back over the years and see the important things, the important milestones, maybe the first tooth that your kid lost, whatever. You can put those dates right here. But also, you can write little love notes to one another. So I use just different, it's kind of a mixed media look. But I also ran this through my printer. Just attach your library card to regular copy paper and send it through your printer. I use little staples. It works great, keeps it in place. And then you have some text. I put chapter by chapter our love story is written, keeping with the whole book theme. But then I decided this would be really fun for kids going back to school. And so I decided to make one for our little fourth grader. And this way she can keep those fun memories that she's making all year in this little book. But also, it's a really fun way to encourage your kids. You can write them little notes like, I'm really proud of you for making a great grade, or for always helping your teacher, you're such a good helper. Whatever it is, you can write little notes to your kids and just telling them how proud you are of them. And then also write little memories. Maybe it was a good field trip or something that they did, spelling bee, things like that. For the date, I just added her first day of school this year so that she can remember. And of course, I had a big 4 for the big fourth grade. And I added a little bit of washi tape. Great way to embellish. And who doesn't love washi tape? You know, it's wonderful. I actually got this at Michael's. They have a great selection of washi tape. And of course, I just added her name in stickers. It's a really fun way to do that as well. So I created this. I started creating this, and I knew that I wanted a little notebook kind of look. So I grabbed my hole punch and I punched in my holes. But I wanted to use just things that I had laying around the house, and I did not know what to bind the notebook with. That is until I have clothespins. I always have clothespins laying around. These are great to craft with. So you just never know, right? The life of a crafter. We keep everything because we honestly never know when we're going to need them. But, or maybe that's just me. I hope not. But so I saw the little metal part in a clothespin, and they come apart easy, and that's what happened. A clothespin came apart very easily on me, and of course that was frustrating me at the time. But when I took it apart, I noticed that you have this really cool metal piece. So I thought, well, that will bind my little notebook. And that's exactly what it did. So for this one, I had my holes at the top, and for this one, I decided mix it up, and you're gonna put your up at my holes on the side. Now this is really, really easy way to bind. You just stick it through your hole, And then if you go back in the opposite way, it actually, I can do it, maybe very hard for you to see, but you go back in the opposite direction and it clips back together. You see that? So it just clips back together, so it holds all of your papers together. Very, very easy and fun to do. I've got one more, and just clip it back together. You can also use a tool of some sort to squeeze if you want it to be really tight. But there you go. So now I have bound it together, and I just embellished mine with ribbon. You can use all sorts of ribbon to do that, or I kind of like the look of the little flag, so I did a little washi tape flag. It's kind of cool. But just embellish the binders. You can wrap ribbon. They have this little curl. You can wrap ribbon up in there, which is what I did here. And just bind them all together, and you are done. I bought my vintage library cards from the Plaid Barn, which is one of those crafty daily craft sites. Of course, I saw them. I fell in love with them. Had no clue what I was going to do with them. I thought the inspiration would hit me some other time, and I've had them for over a year, and yeah, the inspiration hit just a year later. But that's the life of a crafter. We just see things, of course, and we think, oh, I gotta have that, and I don't even know why yet. I'm so glad that I bought these. Because those daily craft sites change all the time, they may not have these anymore. So what I would suggest if you want these is to go to Etsy. They sell them. I think I'm gonna go buy some more for next school year and for next year, so I can continue to write little love notes to Mr. CSI. And I think it's really fun because, you know, you never know what's going to come out of his mouth. But he's a good little love letter writer. So I'm excited to see what he's going to write. And I'm excited to see what this school year has in store for our little fourth grader, our little cute, adorable fourth grader. And what she's going to put in here, and what little notes we can write for her. So this is just a fun way to keep memories, like the Smash book or like a mini scrapbook. I hope that you like this craft, and I hope that you will make your own to tell your family how much you love them, and to keep those memories alive for the school year, and to record them so that when they're older, you know, you can tell them this is what you did in the fourth grade. It could be really fun. So I'm so glad that you are here this week, and come back next week, because speaking of back to school, that's going to be our challenge next week. Back to school crafts, those DIY teacher gifts that you're making so for the first day of school. It never hurts to kind of butter up those teachers the first day. And also organization, you know, when school year kicks off and all those papers come home and they're everywhere. What do you do to organize, and what do you do to organize your family to get back into that fall routine that we are heading into? We want to see all of those projects next week. We want to see what you have come up with for back to school, and we wish you the best back to school this year and for your kiddos. And we hope that you are organized, and we hope that you are being creative and crafty this back to school year, and you can share that with us. We would love to see it. As always, remember to create, to share, and when you do, you are sure to inspire, and you can always inspire at the CSI Project. Come on over, and I can't wait to see you, and I will see you next time with another really cool craft. See you next time.